that were there before.
It didn't matter like what age limit was on there. I was gonna sneak on and lie or anything.
This is Middle Ground, Stop Your Doom Scrolling. Today's topic of discussion, pro-social media versus anti-social media. Our first prompt is, I spend more than 5 hours on social media a day.
Yeah, I mean, like, social media is also my job, so, I mean, I'm looking at it like, okay, I'm looking for ideas, I'm looking for inspiration. For me, it just kind of works out.
I'm here to tell you right
and
now.
It doesn't really become an
We
issue
don't
for me,
care.
and I'm also pretty self-aware,
don't
so
care.
if I find myself just, what is it called, doom scrolling?
Yeah.
I'm pretty like, all right, I'm gonna go take a walk.
Your brain,
Touch
right?
grass, yeah.
Yeah.
I work at FedEx. Yeah.
That's a stressful job.
Yeah, a lot of things wrong with it, but you know, it pays the bills. So I ain't mad at it.
Yeah. Let's bring in our disagreeers. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna put y'all to the test. Everybody's gotta pull out their phone, pull out their screen time, and we'll go down the circle. Let's see what our numbers are.
Okay, 4 hours and 49 minutes for everything.
Oh, mine's 2 hours and 12 minutes.
I have an Apple laptop, so I think this is counting that as well. So I have 8 hours and 51 minutes.
I have 2 phones, but 3 hours and 4 minutes.
Mine's actually lower than expected. It's 7 hours and 44 minutes.
Okay, this is about to look insane. Mine's 16 hours, 18 minutes. I promise you I have a life and I go outside.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. You shouldn't be ashamed. It's lower than it's 5 hours and 24 minutes. It's not that bad.
Mine's 5 hours on the dot.
5 hours online, I do that nobody knows about. Will the agreeers please step forward?
Obviously, there's things I look up, there's websites I use. Just browsing for my curiosity, like as a person, it's like, I feel like I wouldn't want my friends to know this, I wouldn't want my parents to know this, and I think that's a good part about the internet because there's certain things that you may be too embarrassed to talk about with other people that you can do online.
I had a phase where I really wanted.
Consume most of my news through social media. If you agree, step forward.
I consume most of my news from like TikTok and Instagram, stuff like that. But
I mean, similar to what she said, I consume it very lightly because I also live in a world of entertainment where I know everything on social, like 99% of things on social media are fake, and for entertainment purposes, I look at it and I'm like, oh, really? I wonder if that's true. Next.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to nowadays. I mean, that's where everybody congregates and like goes on to.
Made me realize a lot of social media platforms are fake and for the click and for the engagement. They might tell you some of the story, but they will tell you the ones that get them the engagement.
All right, let's bring in our disagreeers. We had a clean cut.
We'll say, where do y'all get your news from?
I love the New York Times and Washington Post, honestly. Like, I have the apps on my phone. I have the little breaking news alerts. I read the morning, email newsletter every day from New York Times. I love it. And then it like gives the little links to where like you can read more on stories. And I really like that for me. I work in the tech space a lot, so I get a lot of my news from tech-specific podcasts. I really like Your Undivided Attention by the Center for Humane Technology. There's also one specifically for social media reform called Scrolling to Death, which I really like.
The morning ritual, you gotta do the little New York Times games, and then you can start reading the little articles that are up for the day.
That is so real. Me too, girl.
Because social media.
I've written a hate comment or hate DM. Will the agreeers please step forward? No one here has ever written a hate comment? I don't think so. Not the cat. All right. Anyone ever shit posted? Trolled?
I'll agree to the hate comment, but I won't. I'll explain.
Okay.
I don't have particular thing. It's bad. So always make sure you have that moderation with anything else.
I would say social media is such a highlights reel, and know that everyone goes through those up and downs. It's just that they only post the ups because that's what they want to brag about to everyone's social media. And just always be yourself and never act like someone that you aren't.
All right, thanks guys. This was a nice discussion.
That's a wrap.
There's a new episode out of Radical Empathy. I had an interview with a